Hey everybody, Joey4Track here, and we're gonna start a new series called Can I Kickstarter It? Yeah, it rolls right off the tongue. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at a project that is currently on Kickstarter. As long as there's a demo or an alpha, we're gonna check it out and we're gonna see if it's worth funding or not. This game is called the Kingsport Cases. It's described as a procedurally generated 19th century Lovecraftian survival horror game. This is very interesting because I don't know of any other procedurally generated games that deal with like survival horror from the first person perspective. I have not really taken a look at this game at all. I watched their video and read up on some of the information on Kickstarter. It's by a company called Machines in Motion. They're out of Santa Cruz, California. They have a $20,000 goal, and they've only met about $3,500 of that. And there's 20 days left to go. So if this game is worth it, I'd like to put this video out there so to get the word out there, because right now they're not doing so well. This game features 4 major locations, random NPCs, character creation, also a random story, random plot, procedurally generated plot and story, which is really interesting to me. So I want to check that out. But yeah, let's jump right in it right now. I actually have this mapped with Xpider to my 360 controller, mainly, and I usually like to use a 360. I usually like to use a gamepad if I can, but I'm doing this particularly this game because there's no option to invert the mouse look, and I'm an old school gamer, man. You know, I got used to having the look controls for like FPSs to be backwards, you know, playing games like TIE Fighter and stuff like that back in the day. I just never broke that habit, so I had to set it up to my gamepad so I can invert it through Xpider. Anyway, let's check it out. Here we go. I have no idea what to expect. I really only just threw this up, tested the levels, haven't really checked anything out yet, so I don't know how involved this demo is, or if there's an intro or what. It sounds like there is. Let's check it out. Sounds like a horse carriage, maybe? So yeah, I love the idea for this. If they can pull it off, I think that'll be amazing. You know, the idea is that in a survival horror story, once you know the story, once you play through it, there's not a lot of replayability. Obviously, because you already know what happens. You know if this guy's gonna jump out at this corner every time, you're not really gonna be scared. So this aims to change that, which I think is a great idea. Okay, press J to open your journal. Sounded like some music wanted to start, and it didn't. So we are outside here in this courtyard. There are some ominous figures up there. Whoa, hello. Ellie Desmond, good evening, detective. She is not supposed to be scary, but she's already scaring me right now. I am Eli Desmond, the lord of this manor. Welcome to my home. I trust your trip was an easy one. And okay, so I guess the dialogue options and the way that people react to you are going to be different every time as well. Good evening to you, your lordship. It was only a little difficult to find. Finding your manor was no trouble. Your home is in the boonies. How do you stand it? Let's just say there was no trouble, because I didn't see that there was any. I didn't figure it would be for you, detective. I love that word, detective. That's awesome. In any case, please feel free to make yourself comfortable. Dinner will be served in an hour or two. You never know with those cooks. Okay, so this little flashing light going on here. Good to know. I'll grab a drink then. How about that? I probably should probably should talk to him a little more. What do you think? Now what's the activate button? That's not it. So there really is no how do you talk? It would have been great if there was some controls. So I'm clicking, I'm pressing buttons. Okay, J takes you to your journal here. Well, I don't know how to talk to them. This is, I'm pressing every button on the keyboard. And there's no control list. So, I mean, I understand it's an alpha and it's a demo, but a quick little guide to the key combos would be great. That looks like a little cell shaded. So that's kind of frustrating, actually, because there's more dialogue options that I don't think I can get to if I can't talk. Wow. So, alright. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna say right now, this is terrible. I don't know how, there's no activate button. I mean, I'm literally pressing every button on the keyboard. And nothing's happening. Okay, that did something. What button was that? What button was that? E. Well, that makes sense. Why didn't I do that to begin with? So let me go down here and just press E again, because I want to see if that's gonna allow me to talk to her. Okay, and so it does. All right, so E is the sort of activate button. That makes sense. I'm curious, your lordship. Why host this party? We quite thoroughly enjoy hosting events at our home. It's a tradition here in Kingsport. Okay, so I can't actually go back to my other dialogue options. Let's see if we can talk to these guys, these ladies here. So, you know, keep in mind this is all alpha. I'm sure they're gonna have animations. They're not all gonna be sitting there, you know. I'm sure it's placeholder animations. Helen Swan. Well, if it isn't our newest resident detective, good to meet you. I'm Helen. I've been friends with our lordship for, well, as long as I can remember. Ha ha ha. That's kind of creepy. She also doesn't have any eyes. So why are you at this party? I come here quite often, detective. His lordship and I are good friends. After all, I wouldn't refuse his invitation. Goodbye for now. What do you have to say? So I'm kind of using my gamepad and my mouse at the same time. So if you see my camera going all wonky, it's because I'm just not used to having the non-inverted mouse. It looks like she ate something that maybe she didn't like, or I don't know. She's got an interesting look on her face. Hail, detective. My name is Peggy. I've worked with the family many times. I brought the wine too. So why are you at this party? Ellie and Ellie and I are good friends and colleagues. He says the word, I drop by. Okay. Popular man. Alright, detective. Feel free to come back later. Alright. Some cool artwork here. So we're just gonna go explore a little bit. Let's see what we got. So it looks like partly cell shaded. I do like the art style, actually. I like the cell shading. I'm a big fan of like comics and graphic novels and such, so I can't really activate any of this stuff. Can I read this paper? I think so. Oh, I can take it. That goes in my inventory. So it sounds like I scribbled something down in my journal. Let's check it out. That's a clue. Mysterious letter. Let's check it out. Detective, there are two things you must accept. That I am your friend, and that there are things to come you simply will not understand. A darkness grows in Kingsport. A blight we cannot begin to fathom breathes hungry at our heels. You, have precious little time to stop its foul course. In 2 days' time, you will receive an invite to a party at the famed Kingsport Manor. Do not be fooled by their niceties and offerings of food and wine. They intend to lead you astray. All of Kingsport intends to lead you astray. I have seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded, without knowledge or luster or name. Be safe, a friend. I found this letter inside a secret compartment in the desk back in my new office. I have no clue as to who sent it or how they knew I would receive an invite to the manor or house party. If what they've writ is true, however, I should tread carefully. Okay. So we have a mysterious friend. List of initiates. The note is titled Possible Initiates. Initiates for what, I wonder? Alright. So let's keep in mind that all this stuff is very much in development still. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to change. Let's see if we can look through any of these drawers. No. So I guess this is where we're staying, perhaps, because the letter was left there for us. It's really weird that the letter was left for us, and we got it after we already got our invite, so I don't know. I know I feel bad just exploring this place. I don't even live here. I'm just kind of being a nosy guest right now. So I can't activate any of this stuff. Can Can I? No? Okay, so I can grab that little card. Let's take a look. Another clue we have. My business card. It's my business card. Intriguing. I don't remember having given any out yet. I wonder why it's in the manor. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's carry on. So I was a big fan of point-and-click adventure games back in the day. Played a lot of them. This is, I guess, sort of like a mix between that and maybe like something like Amnesia. So I can't really mess with any of this stuff. Interesting. I can't read any of this stuff. So, like I said, it's alpha, so I don't really know how much we're going to do. I do appreciate them putting something out to test because it's dark in here. Because you see a lot of stuff on Kickstarter with no sort of playable demo, and they don't get funded, and there's a reason why. If you just have an idea, and you have a video of yourself explaining your idea, and you don't have any sort of tangible anything, you're not going to get funded. So it is cool that these guys have an alpha. Okay, I almost got stuck there. This looks like some kind of observatory that is perhaps not functional quite yet. Alright. So, yeah, again, it's an alpha. There's gonna be issues. I don't know exactly how fleshed out this alpha is. I've seen a lot of these very early alphas. Obviously, it's a huge trend to put out your alpha before. So this is like a library or something. I can't activate any of this stuff. And like I said, I appreciate that people put out alphas and whatnot, but sometimes these alphas almost seem more like a proof of concept, if anything. So I'm just wondering how deep this is gonna go. Now, did we pick up another clue back there? Let's see. Where is the dagger? Where is the dagger, Helen? We have precious time to prepare, and your ineptitude is beginning to get in the way of our plan. Can I? No. If you lost it again, you can guess who will go in the pit next. The ink on this note appears fresh, no more than a few hours old. If the smear test is any indication, it's addressed to Helen. I wonder if I can find this person around the party, and of course we have already met Helen. So yes, these people seem a little shady already. Can't really. This is some sort of bathroom, I guess. Can't really mess with anything in here. So there's a dagger about somewhere. Do I want to ask Helen about it? Who knows? Which one is Helen? Now, it would be nice if when you had your activate thing, it would tell you who is who. Alright, so that's Helen, although we can't really ask her about what we just picked up, obviously. Okay, she's a weird one. Let's get out of here. Let's go explore down here. So, first impressions, let's see. I kind of like the art style. I like the cel-shaded thing, but it's a little too bright. This is, I guess, not finished, and neither is this. Huh. Well. So okay, here's a door we can go through. I was gonna say, maybe we've run to the end of the alpha already. But yeah, it's a little bright, but maybe that's fine. I mean, I don't. Now, if this does interest you at all, please check out the Kickstarter page because there's a lot more information on there. They have posted quite a lot of videos. I haven't really watched them all. Just kind of watched their first pitch video. So here's some more guys from the party. That's pretty cool. I am a sucker for this cel shading. I will say that. I do like the simple looking graphics. Kind of reminds me of something, The Darkness Infinite. I forget the name of it. Some GameCube game. Wow. That is creepy. That is very creepy. I don't know if it's supposed to be. Amos Desmond. Hello, detective. My name is Amos. I am the heir to the family fortune, and of course this manor you stand in now. I'm glad you were able to make it here for the party. Thanks, buddy. Was it your choice to host this party? Not entirely, detective, but I do enjoy these gatherings. Oh, of course. See you around, so he's stuttering a little bit. Who are you? Alexander Stevenson. Hello, sir. My name is Alexander. I am the chief here. Oh, the chef here, sorry. Dinner will be served soon. I'm just taking a break. What's it like here? Normal, really. Nothing terribly exciting ever happens here. Well, somehow, I think that's a lie. Or maybe he just hasn't spent enough time here. Okay. Is there anything around here? I don't think you can crouch or anything. I guess E is the only... Well, you can jump. You can jump and, you can activate. So far, this seems like to be the most. So we have a couple of stuffed, that looks like a stuffed dog. That's kind of creepy. A stuffed, werewolf. Okay. Well, we may have... Oh, no, there's a few more doors down here. This looks like the dining hall. Oh, wow, this is pretty nice. Nice windows you can look out here. Clock. Here's a little back door. Is this maybe where the kitchen is? So this, yep, this looks like a kitchen area. Okay, this is a little creepy. Okay, we're in the basement. The music stopped. And I can hear somebody wheezing. I can hear somebody wheezing. Let's see. Oh boy. This is when it gets scary, right? This is when something's gonna happen. I wish there was a sprint. The footsteps are a bit loud. Okay. So there's a lot more to this than I thought, I guess. I thought we were gonna hit a wall pretty soon. But again, I will say, my biggest critique of a lot of projects that you find on Kickstarter. So we have a clue here. Let's grab the clue. Before I read it, let me just get into what I was gonna say. My biggest critique on Kickstarter projects. Well, one, there's a lot of Kickstarter projects out there that don't even have a playable demo or playable alpha. I think that's a big mistake. And you'll notice that a lot of these projects that don't have this don't get funded. If you are gonna put, can I? Oh, that's where I was. If you are gonna ask for people to support you before your project is even done, okay, so that's locked. You really have to show them. You really have to show them something more than just a concept of an idea. You're not gonna get funded like that, okay? And then I'll take it even further. If you're gonna have an alpha or a demo out there, I think it should be developed, or even a beta would be good. I mean, a demo would be ideal, but you know, I think, is that the dagger that they were talking about? I can't pick any of this stuff up. This looks, obviously this is like a torture room. See, we got this here, all kinds of stuff going on here. A bunch of syringes, perhaps. Phonograph, can we turn this on? No music. Okay. This is like a sort of lab torture room, it looks like. Okay. But yeah, if you're gonna put up something, if you're gonna go through the whole trouble of starting a Kickstarter, you really should have a fully or a pretty well developed a demo for people to play. Holy crap! Okay, so that's really weird. I don't have any weapons. Oh, that is creepy. The sound effects are pretty good too. Oh god. Uh-huh. Now, can he use doors? I don't really know. He can crawl through doors, apparently. Now that is really creepy. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, let's get out of here. This is bad news. This is bad news. This is bad news. Please tell me there's some. Oh, good, 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 good. Now, can I use that? Do I have an inventory? Oh my god. The lead cultist. It cannot be mistaken that based on the initiate's oath, Ellie Desmond is the lead occultist. Practicing the occult is a crime. I need to place and arrest as soon as I can. Or maybe there's more to this. Okay. I don't know where we got that. I don't know where we got that info. Let's look at the last two clues that we got. Sacrificial dagger. This could be the dagger. This could be the dagger This could be the dagger the note I found was referring to. Excuse me. The stone blade has foreign markings on it, and they glow to the touch. I should be careful in handling this, lest my own blood join the dried up red along the sharp stone. Okay, so that counts as a clue. I was really hoping it would count as an inventory item because I want to stab the crap out of this crazy thing that's coming at me, and we are we are at a dead end right now. So we'll see how this goes. So there we have an annotated page. This page looks as though it was torn from a book and depicts a ritualistic set of instructions. Aside from several markings that I cannot read, there are 2 notes I do understand. Important and today's date. A piece of parchment with the moon cycle is clipped to the front as well. And here's the note. I hereby swear my undying allegiance to you, the Keeper, the Watcher, the esteemed leader of our organization, Ellie Desmond, for our lords above and our fellow propagates of earth. I kneel and I serve. I do all I do all to empower the fellowship and strengthen the bonds between ourselves and the mighty above. And finally, like our great lords, and like you, esteemed leader, I endure, for our will is mighty and our force impenetrable. I am your humble servant. This is my oath, my promise, your loyal initiate. This note swears loyalty to who is undoubtedly the leader of something unnatural and nefarious. The signer's name is illegible, smeared out by dried blood. I need to take care with how I approach this new knowledge. Okay, so I don't know if you actually, I don't think you have an inventory right now, and I'm a little freaked out because I don't know how we're going to get past this guy. We're just going to, well, we can't run, but we're just going to try to get past him. Alright? Let's go. Where is he? Where is he? Okay, he seemed to have disappeared. Is he? He's probably still in here. That's locked. Okay. And, did we already look in here? I don't think so. Here's another note. Let's see. Now, this thing is around here. I'm kind of freaked out. Let's check our clue. This page looked as though it was torn from a book. It picks 2 notes to understand. Yeah, so we already have something like this. This is the same, pretty much the same thing we just got. Can't really do anything here. Can we go up here? Here's some kind of furnace. And really there's nothing I can pick up here. Okay. Nothing. Let's go back down here. Okay, we might have just got ourselves stuck. Nope. Luckily I could get myself out of that. I don't know what this is supposed to be. This might be an incinerator. Okay. This is where we found the scary guy. Is he still back here? So he sort of got reset. I wanna see if there's anything past him. Let's see if we can. Oh my god. Wow. Oh. And he one-shotted me. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll end it there. So I don't know. What do we think? What do we think? Is this worth supporting? Right now, it needs. It's not very close to its goal right now. I do appreciate the fact that they put out the demo. But like I said before, I think that a lot of people who are trying to get their projects kickstarted should wait a little bit longer before they have their ideas fleshed out and have a little more of a working demo. I know an alpha is an alpha and it's just to give you an idea, but the thing is, that's going to speak more than anything. I mean, you could ramble on about 1,000 ideas that you have for a game. If you don't have anything to show for it, it's not going to bode well, which is probably why this particular project is not very close to getting its reaching its goal. I like the idea of it. I do like a lot of the ideas that they have. They seem to have like a lot of big ideas, but they're not quite implemented yet. And again, I would suggest that just wait a little bit longer until you guys have your ideas fleshed out, and you can put a demo out that's going to have a little more to it. I do like the idea of this. I think it's really cool. I would like to see something like this. However, I'm not convinced. I'm not going to back this project because I haven't been really shown enough. I just don't feel it didn't get me. I do like this idea. I would like to see it funded. I would like to see it worked on a little more, but like I said, I think it's a little too early, and I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people do when they try to kickstart something. If you don't have a demo or an alpha that's already kind of fun and that can already show you sort of the potential of the game, then I don't know if it's going to work out. Anyway, what did you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, comment, like, subscribe, etc., etc. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.